Hello, everyone, for all four corners of the earth or beyond wherever you are at, be it the past, the present, and the future. Welcome back to the channel. I do appreciate you coming through. And also, just want to give y'all a quick heads up that, again, usually these videos are probably going to be hopefully, what I'm going to try to scale it down to is at least maybe about 10 to 15 minutes, hopefully, if I can. But again, if we go longer than that, it is what it is. But again, we'll try to scale it down as time goes on. Because again, I don't want to waste your guys' time. Because I don't want to get my time wasted. All right. Now, with that being said, let me give a quick introduction. Hello. My name is A.K.A., also known as Nelson, if you want to address me in that way. And just so y'all know, this particular video just kind of came out of, I can say nowhere necessarily, but it came in a way where I just had an interaction with my father not just too long ago today when I was helping him getting dressed. And just give y'all some context, with my father, he's in his 60s, right? And right now, or for several years, his health has been declining in a way where obviously he can't do what he used to do. So one of them being, be able to dress himself every day by himself. Sometimes he can do it, sometimes he don't. And so, me being the son that I am, trying to assist him in the best way that I can. And he's someone who's one of those people that won't necessarily tell you what's wrong with them. And oftentimes they'll rely on humor in a sense to try to alleviate the situation where it's like perhaps that needs to be left alone another day because right now we don't need that. And that's something I was trying to explain to him because I'm very serious about his health. And so I always keep my eyes out for if he's kind of acting irregular in some kind of fashion that might allude to something kind of going on in the background with him that he's not just able to be vocal about. And so, as I was dressing him or I was putting his shoes on, he squeezed my arm. And it's not to say he's never done that before, but like I said, if there is some kind of inkling that, hey, you need to go to the hospital, or hey, do you need to take some pain medicine or something along that lines, then it's like I go ahead and ask him just in case, because you never know. And here's the thing: on the other side of that, sometimes what he'll do is, and for anyone, my fellas out here, you probably know what I'm talking about. And ladies, to an extent, you probably might have experienced this too as well. Be it if in some way, maybe with your mothers or even with your fathers too, or a particular guardian, whatever be the case, you might have seen this before or have had it in your life. Anyhow, excuse me, what I'm specifically talking about is, excuse me, is that he is someone that, and not just him specifically, but I think, and this get more so to the point being of this video, right? Is that when he squeezed my arm and I asked him what's wrong, he's like, and the first thing he says to me is, "You know I'm stronger than you, right?" And I really had to pause and look at him because again, I want to give y'all context. This is not the first time he's ever done this. Like I said, I've been doing this several years. But the reason I had to pause for a minute before I gave any kind of response was I thought to myself, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, hold on. How long have we really been doing this? And it's like, what is the purpose of this at the end of the day is what I'm thinking. Because here's the thing, y'all. And you know what this made me think of is a particular phrase I'm pretty sure all of us have heard before in a way. Especially, okay, folks like me have heard before is the crab in the barrel mentality. And if you don't know that saying, then by all means, please do your research, look it up. But just to give you a gist of it, is where if crabs are in a barrel and they see one crab trying to get out of the barrel, they'll pull him down. He, she, they, whatever the case, pull him down. So essentially, none of the crabs that are in the barrel ever get out. And the reason why that made me think of it in that context is because I thought to myself, wait a minute. Think about the energy you put forth in articulating those thoughts. And not just articulating those thoughts, but then speaking them through your mouth. Think of the energy you are exerting essentially over nonsense. And think about how you could apply such energy into something more better, productive in your life. That's what made me think about it. Because here's the thing. Because this is what I asked him. I said, do you really feel like you have to prove something to me or to yourself at this point? And if you do, I say to myself, well, excuse me, I asked him, what is it specifically are you trying to prove here? Because if you're, like, for example, physical strength. Again, sir, you're in your 60s. I ain't saying you're not strong in a sense, but think about it like this. If you have to rely on someone to literally get out of a chair, right? Then that makes me question, okay, how really confident are you in your strength? And not just that, in your stamina. Can you sustain yourself? Because again, I'm in my 20s. And I know some of y'all might say, well, he joking. Da, 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 da. And it's like, I'm not opposed to jokes. But again, you can console that energy to something else better in the moment. Because again, you got to get ready to go to the doctor's appointment. This is not a time to be joking. This is time for you to get up, get ready, get going, and out the door. We should both be on the same page with this. But when we're not, and I can acknowledge that, but you can't, do you understand how fucking frustrating that is? And like I said, y'all, I've been doing this for specifically 8 years. 8 fucking years. So just imagine how much my patience has been tested day in and day out. Not every once in a while, day in and day out for 8 years. My patience has been tested. And I'm not going to lie to y'all. And again, hopefully this video is not going to go too long. But I'm just keeping it 100% honest with y'all. Because I would hope you keep it 100% honest with me. The thing is this. Once you get to that point of just repetition weighing on your mind, on your body, in your emotional, in your, even to the point of your spiritual being, it just, you gotta sit back and think to yourself, I can't do this all alone. And this is something I expressed to him to make sure he understands, is that don't be a plight, or excuse me, when I say plight, not blight, but you could exchange that if you want to, but plight more specifically what I'm saying. Don't be a plight in my existence when I'm trying to help you, motherfucker. Think about it like this, right? With the crabs in the barrel situation, and the reason why I brought that particular analogy up is because imagine if one crab could get out of the barrel, right? If one crab, just let's say one crab could get out of the barrel, don't you think, in context of human beings, this is what I'm saying, not with little crabs, okay? But you think if one crab could get out of the barrel, you don't think the crab would ever try to come back and say, hey, I got the cavalry. Hey, I got this device set up where it can get you guys out of it. Or, hey, you guys realize you could do X, Y, Z, get them kind of some sense of instruction to get out. Because think about it like this. In the crabs and barrels mentality that some people have, is like, y'all do realize that you have the ingenuity. You have this up there in your mind. You possess the means that you can coordinate with each other in some of the most, how would I say, in the most fantastic and disturbing ways. And you know what I'm talking about. So it's like, if you have the capacity for that, you would think you could also put forth the energy. Excuse me, as I was looking at my neighbor coming in and out. Hold on, cause if I lose my train of thought, hold on, it's coming back to me. Okay. If you can, at some point in time, understand the capacity human beings have to coordinate with each other, it's like with the crabs and barrel mentality, or people's thought process of trying to prove something that's not needed, is not going to provide us anything better to do with our lives, you would think, hey, am I crazy to essentially try to evoke within you, hey, chill on that shit. You do realize with X, Y, and Z going on, we don't need this in our lives. Because it's not going to improve anyone's situation. It's not going to improve our livelihoods in any capacity. So it's like, relax, motherfucker. Relax. Just relax. Relax. Chill for a minute. Okay? Because here's the thing. Testing the waters with me or anyone else, again, it's like, what is this really for at the end of the day? Because here's the thing: if you have to degrade someone else, or if you have to put someone else down, or try to get a leg up, or even better, if you try to cut someone at the knees just so that you can be, let's say, eyesight, that to me that makes me think to myself that you're lazy. You don't want to work hard in life to strive to have again be equal footing with someone. Excuse me for a second, y'all. Pardon me, Berman. Feel like another one's coming in. A little one. Anyhow, going on. It makes me think to myself that you're lazy in a way where you don't want to. What's the word I want to say here? You don't want to put forth. Or no. Excuse me. Let me correct myself here. You don't want to channel that energy in this in another direction here because you got so used to doing it in this one. So again, that tells me that you choose to align your energy in the wrong direction. And when I'm alluding to you that you are putting in the wrong direction, and again, I'm approaching you as a logical human being, a logical adult, but you still choose this particular path. And again, I'm trying to show you the ramifications if you keep this up, or as you kept it up. This is what's happened X, Y, and Z. But you still continue it, and again, I have to sit back and just think to myself, wait a minute, wait a minute. Am I the crazy motherfucker here? And I'm being serious. Am I crazy to have to question this whole scenario? Is it crazy for me to try to find a better solution where it doesn't have to get to that point of physical contact? Because something I've told him before is this, and again, I'm pretty sure a lot of us can. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can relate to this too, right? Is that you can acknowledge that every single day, and you know what? This, no. I'm gonna say that for another day. I'm gonna say that thought for another day. For ladies, if y'all are watching this, just know there's a particular video I do want to do with y'all real quick, but I'm gonna save it for another day. It's gonna be up here. I promise y'all I'm gonna get to it. But what I was gonna say is this. Again, if you have all that energy and you're not devoting it to something better, I do question my sanity in the sense that, am I the crazy motherfucker to not understand what's going on here, or try to relate to you a better way to carry yourself with this kind of energy? Because again, I'm not trying to take, because this is the point thing. I don't want to take away your autonomy. Essentially, I don't want to take away your ability to have your own opinion, to have your own decision, to make your own decision. Excuse me. I don't want to take that away from you. But what I'm trying to encourage you is that while you still have it, you can do so much better with it. But at the end of the day, that's still your choice. But please do not be blind, or do not go around and be the boy who cried wolf. Don't do that. Because guess what comes to pass? Just like in the story, you become the boy who keeps crying wolf several times over, and guess what happens? At one point in time, as you're crying wolf, guess what? The villagers, right? Guess what they start doing? They say, "Is that motherfucker still crying wolf? You know what? Susie. Fuck that. Fuck that. Sit your ass back down by the fire. Relax, baby. Put your feet up. I got that soup on the stove. We gonna enjoy ourselves. Fuck him. And if the wolves don't come for that ass, let him get a free meal out of his ass." And here's the thing: the time he finally does cause wolves, and they're all wolves coming from the forest, right? Be by himself. Because you cried wolf so many motherfucking times, guess what happens? No one comes to your rescue. No one comes to your alert. Nobody. Because again, you kept taking something that in your eyes you're thinking is just a joke. And it's like, because think about it like this in a realistic sense, right? Hopefully I ain't going too long, and I'm probably going to end it on this, right? Think about it like this: wolves. You obviously don't want them coming into your farms, fucking up the animals, what have you, right? That's your livestock. That's your livelihood. Understandable. So it's like this: you're fucking with our livelihoods. You're fucking with our energies. You're fucking with my emotional energy. You're fucking with my mental energy. You're fucking with my physical energy. And to an extent, you can even go with your spiritual energy if you want to go there. But think about this. I keep spending this energy or my resources, my eternal resources, to a false alarm every time. And again, that's not improving me at the end of the day. That's not improving my likelihood. That's not improving my way of life. So it's like, at this point, because you fooled me once, shame on me. Or excuse me, hold on, excuse me. I'm about to fuck it up. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, and that's your ass. Bye. Or as J. Cole put it, load the chopper and spray on you. All right? If y'all know what that lyric comes from, you know what you know. But in the to end this off, there's a question I do want to ask you guys. And again, like I said, I want us to build this discussion up. So the question I want to pose to y'all is this: do you think there's ways that we can dismantle the crabs in the barrel mentality? And if so, what ways do you think we could? And if you don't, why? I want to post that to y'all. And again, don't feel like you gotta be in a rush. But at this point, if I may, if you enjoyed the video, please press the like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. Tell me why you dislike it, why you like it. Let's get in the comment section. If you want to share the video, go ahead and share the video. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't, it's cool. Let's just enjoy each other's company. For the meantime, ain't nothing gotta get serious, okay? With that being said, again, thank you for checking out this video. I hope y'all have a blessed day, a blessed evening, a blessed whatever the particular circumstance may be. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Oh, wait a minute. There's one thing I do want to say real quick because it almost came off the top of my head too. If this be the last time y'all ever see me, let me give y'all some words of encouragement and drop some gems on your foreheads real quick. If you do have the means to be a positive change within someone's life, do so at your own discretion. And when I say discretion, I mean at your own pace. Don't feel as if because you are at this point, let's say from an economic standpoint or in a financial standpoint, if someone else is right here, I'm not saying, like, for example, if you got $100 in your pocket, I'm not saying you have to give your $100 out of your pocket to someone because you got 1,000 in the bank. No, I'm saying that if you see someone who needs a few dollars, if you're in the means of blessing that person, go for it. Don't feel like you have to overdo it, but do it in a way that is compliment. That's not that's appropriate for the situation. Let me say that, because I understand some people have a problem with grand gestures, and that's what I'm trying to get at. Don't feel like you have to do a grand gesture to think that that makes it count, and don't feel like you have to force yourself to do it. If it's from your heart, that's what counts at the end of the day. But I'll leave that with y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.